Roma Torre with a New York 1 Minute. The Big Apple remains frozen in snow as the blizzard of '96 rages on. In other news, residents in a dozen homes in Astoria are evacuated as high levels of carbon monoxide are found, and New York's bravest come out for the funeral of one of their own. Maintenance workers at some of the city's largest office buildings threaten to walk off their jobs if a deal is not reached with owners. Police are investigating whether a fatal shooting in the Bronx was drug-related. Cops say Angel Cruz was shot 9 times outside his apartment building in Melrose. A man is in the hospital after falling out the window of a health club in Lower Manhattan. Police say they don't suspect foul play. First days on a new job are often pretty easy, unless, of course, you're the new mayor of New York City. Mayor Giuliani put in a full first day visiting city employees who have to work on this holiday, and he's at City Hall signing bills and swearing in civil and criminal court judges. He graciously agreed to talk to us from his new office at City Hall, and so we welcome the brand new mayor of New York City, Rudolph Giuliani. Welcome, Mayor Giuliani. Budget battles, Hillary Clinton, and Whitewater, all hot topics that have our political leaders all fired up these days. Joining us now to share his thoughts is Congressman Charles Rangel from Harlem. Good morning, Congressman Rangel.
Good morning.
Thanks for speaking with us on this foggy Thursday morning. Just a question for you about what's going on with the budget. We hear that the latest word is that budget talks just broke off abruptly, and I have to say the public is getting pretty disgusted with you guys in Washington. When are we going to see a deal?
This is the road to City Hall, Election Day, 1993.
Good evening, I'm Louis Audley along with Roma Torre. Welcome to New York 1 special expanded election night coverage on the road to City Hall.
We have deployed reporters at all major campaign headquarters, at candidate field offices, and the Board of Elections. Throughout the night, we'll take you across the city to bring you the fastest returns and the most comprehensive analysis of the vote. Dinkins is ahead for the first time tonight by approximately 2,000 votes. He has taken the lead from Rudy Giuliani. What a horse race this is. They don't script them any better than this. We should point out 200 votes now separate
I got a
the
feeling
two
it's going to go up and down a lot before the night, so
yeah,
one way or the other.
If you ever thought that your vote didn't count, yeah, think again.
Nice to say hello. Terrific kids. Hi. Hi. How am I doing? Thank you.
He's back. After 4 years on the outside, Ed Koch is no longer persona non grata at City Hall. He was honored at the inaugural Sunday, and he's such an influence that some observers have warned that Rudolph Giuliani is in danger of creating Koch 4 instead of Giuliani 1 as he fills out the ranks of the new administration.
And so it's unfortunate that there are those who would turn this hurt into hate rather than hurt into hope.
Why do you say that, though? Because I point out that a lot of people would say your involvement charges this racially.
Well, that is not true. As a matter of fact, it is at a moment of tragedy like this that we have the moral obligation, the burden to stand up and to speak up. And while there is the rawness of this, while there is the open wound, let's provide some salves and some prayer and some hope, and if you will, in this tough city, some gentleness.
All right, that's a nice way to close. You do owe us some time, Reverend Jesse Jackson. We extend the invitation for you to come back and continue this discussion. Thanks for coming. That is it for tonight. Thanking our guest one more time, Jesse Jackson, and be sure to join us Tuesday for another Road to City Hall. Our subject, a proposal to merge the emergency medical service with the fire department. Until then, for all of us here at New York 1 News, I'm Roma Torre. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on the Road to City Hall. They call themselves stepsisters, and no, this isn't the military, and they're certainly not a music group. They're prisoners, doing time for such unsisterly things as drug dealing, prostitution, and parole violation. And while many of them have spent almost as much time here in Rikers Island as they have in their own homes, they swear this is their last trip to jail, and they owe it all to a unique program called STEP. And as for the success rate of the STEP program, the numbers themselves speak loud and clear. Of the 279 who graduated since October, just 3% have returned to jail. That compares to 60% in the general prison population.
Do you remember what happened yesterday when you were shaking that fat head no?
He's loud, insulting, and crude. He's also principal of St. Joseph's Catholic School in the South Bronx. And lest you pass judgment on Brian Coyle, he happens to be one of the most successful principals around, having tripled the school's enrollment in just 5 years and maintaining a record of academic excellence. It's just hard sometimes to tell the kids from the principal.
I like the children. I like the children more than I like the teachers. And I like the children more than I like most of their parents, too. I'll see you guys later. I have to go up and teach the 7th grade how to do math, because they're not smart like you know what I mean? I think one of the reasons why we are successful is because I spend most of the day with the children.
Coyle has worked what some in the business consider a minor miracle. St. Joseph's takes the kids no one else wants, vandals, dropouts, violent-prone, and criminals, and turns them into model students.
Our reputation is that if you have somebody either you can't handle them or you can't deal with them for one reason or another, you can't provide the services that they need, we will take them. We have not turned away anybody ever in the 5 years I've been the principal. This is year 6. We take everybody.
Before I came to this school, I was getting in a lot of trouble in my other school. And when I came here, I changed a lot.
Because of Mr. Coyle?
Yes.
What specifically did he do? Paid attention to you?
Yes, and he talked to me a lot about fighting, and he told me that if I keep getting in trouble, the only thing he's gonna get me is in jail. And he just talked to me.
St. Joseph's School in the South Bronx is considered something of a refuge for children in this neighborhood. Just across the street, an abandoned police precinct. Up the block, a crack house. It was just about a year ago to the day that a teacher named Audrey Chasin was shot dead in her car while waiting at a light. That happened just a few blocks away.
They are so surrounded by drugs, violence, every type of urban blight and decay you could possibly think of. You have to do whatever is necessary to get the children to learn and to be safe.
Coyle's methods are admittedly unorthodox, slurping an ever-present bottle of Diet Pepsi, expressing a fondness for heavy children,
How you doing, fat guy?
and even teaching the kids how to belch.
Give him a clap!
Brian Coyle says above all he respects the children of St. Joseph's. Perhaps that's because Coyle is little more than a big kid himself.
She was very good, She was a good girl yesterday after school, she was.
In the South Bronx, Roma Torre, New York 1. Originality on Broadway these days is almost as elusive as commercial success. We saw 13 revivals open this year. In fact, most of the new shows still running are derived from old sources. As for the new crop of shows coming in, obviously the trend is continuing. How to succeed in business without really tries very hard to entertain us, and it does succeed to a point. How can it lose with a spunky Pulitzer Prize-winning book, a splashy animated set, great Broadway performers, and a couple of memorable tunes? But when it comes to its star lead, Matthew Broderick, How to Succeed, unfortunately, fails. The 9 performers featured in the new Broadway show Smokey Joe's Cafe, The Songs of Lieber and Stoller, must have the best jobs in the city. They get to sing and shimmy, jump and jive magnificently through 2 hours of pure musical joy. I didn't expect much from this standard-sounding review, but it is by no means standard, and as reviews go, this one stands out by a Memphis mile. Playwright David Hare may have taken too many cues from church ritual with this one, making the play overly long and talky. But like church, though the experience can seem painfully boring, it also has the potential to enlighten. And if you can just stick with the play over its nearly 3 hours, you'll find the suffering was worth it. Consider Racing Demon Theater for the Soul. I'm Roma Torre, and that's a wrap for New York 1.